Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So it has been a while since I actually had to record a video like this because we actually have news. Something is happening, and that is something that actually caught me completely by surprise. I did not see this coming, got absolutely blindsided with this one. I don't think anybody really saw it coming as early. I mean, we all kind of expected it to arrive with Act 7. But anyway, so it is the Thronebreaker title, next evolution to Cavalier progression. And initially, I kind of had maybe a slight mixed reaction to it, but the more I think about it, the more I like it, and the more I like the fact that they are doing it right now. And I do automatically have certain hopes how this will naturally evolve. Anyways, I'm not going to read the entire text. I will leave a link to the forum post in the description, but all of you received in-game mail, so you should be able to find this quickly enough. The base idea is they are adding effectively the next progression title. Currently, Cavalier is the highest progression title anybody is able to obtain in the game by beating 6.1. Which has been kind of like the top title in the game for a really long period of time. And that also has led to a lot of consequences. So now they are going to be changing that. They are saying they're going to be changing their philosophy regarding these progression based titles. And they are releasing the new one, which is Thronebreaker, which you can acquire by completing Act 6, Chapter 4. So basically beat Grandmaster. Grandmaster is the next progression opportunity now. And you also must have at least one rank 3 6-star champion. That is quite odd. That is the first time we see anything like that at all whatsoever included in the game. But that is there. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people who have completed Act 6 but still do not have a rank 3 6-star champion, just because it's very tricky in the current environment to match the tier 5 class catalyst with the class that you have a decent champion available to rank 3, let alone have it awakened. And I know a vast majority of the players are still just kind of like waiting on the tier 5 class catalyst, either for them to be formed or either to pull something worthwhile to rank up. So I don't think that is necessary. I think this is cumbersome inconvenience, and I think it will piss off a lot of people. Besides that, when we're talking about the Thronebreaker title in itself, what benefits it will offer immediately, that's going to be new daily crystal, new 4-hour crystal, discounted Cavalier crystals, which is going to be a big one for many players. A new Cavalier shard calendar replaces your Grandmaster shard calendar, so that's kind of cool. And then going forward, there will be additional benefits implemented, not immediately upon the launch of this new title. There's going to be new gold crystals, new arena crystals, additional items in Black ISO market. That sounds quite interesting. New monthly calendar, new daily objectives, and exclusive offers, gifts, and rewards. And all of that obviously sounds really, really exciting. And they explain why now, and I'm gonna kind of like dive into it in a bit as well. And timing on it is going to be October the 1st, so at the very beginning of next month, so basically a week from now or just under it, we will receive this new title, and that will be retroactively sent to anybody who has already beaten Grandmaster and has a rank 3 6-star champion. So in case of me, I will not have to do anything in particular. I just have to log in and I will have this title given to me. Now, we can, however, go over the implications that will leave. Now, the simple fact that Cavalier is not going to be the highest level of progression anymore in the game will certainly displease a lot of people, especially people who have recently gotten Cavalier, who have not kind of like made that next jump in progression, which is also kind of the reason why I like it, because Cavalier title has been the top title for a really long time, and there are problems that come with that, because the top end spectrum and bottom end spectrum of Cavalier level player is extremely huge. It's completely day and night with completely different problems, when you just have become Cavalier, you're pretty much only still focused on your 5-star roster, expanding that, getting some rank 5 stars, any kind of like decent 5-star champions. You're maybe trying to progress through to higher Alliance Quest maps. And then if you happen to find yourself in completely other side of the spectrum, you don't particularly care about the 5 stars anymore. You're fully focused on the rarest tier 5 class catalysts, fully invested in 6-star Awakening Gems, 6-star Signature Stones. So the natural interest of the players is going to be very divided in this same group. And just like we currently speak about uncollected players, what is beneficial for that point in progression, we cannot do that currently when it comes to Cavalier players, which the recent editions of Cavalier monthly event quest have highlighted massively. There is a large group of players who find it extremely easy, extremely simple, and like for me, for instance, I didn't find it difficult, but I just found it long. That was my one issue with it. And then there are obviously a lot of forums, a lot of posts from people complaining that it's too restrictive, that it requires specific champions in order to be able to explore this and that. And those are vastly different complaints, where it makes creating content for all Cavalier players practically impossible. And this again would kind of like put a barrier artificially in between those groups of players, and that would also let Kabam give more targeted offers and rewards to Cavalier level players, and then to those people who are kind of like a bit further up than that. Again, for instance, the new updates that they did to solo ones are definitely a great improvement to whatever we had, and they help massively to newly become Cavalier players. But as I mentioned in my review video, they're neat, they're nice, but they're nothing I personally get excited for. I do understand that it would be very hard for Kabam to offer much better than they did, because everybody has access to it, and it's kind of like a daily thing. But adding in another title, another progression level, they will be able, hopefully, if they know what they're doing, to better target these events and the rewards for these things, so that actually interests more people. And everything else that's going to be coming, obviously, is going to be a huge incentive to people who are kind of like on the cusp or on the verge of completing Act 6 to go and do it. Like up until now, I have had frequently people message me and ask, so what do I do? Do I complete Act 6 and start exploring it, or do I go for Abyss completion? Up until now, I always said there is no point in running a single kind of like Act 6 completion if you kind of like, or start exploring Act 6 if you don't feel ready for it. And I always directed players, sorry, I can sneeze. Maybe not. I always directed players towards Abyss because that was objectively better rewards. It was more expensive. Yes, it wasn't much more difficult. If anything, I find Abyss easier than Act 6, just more expensive because you will have to revive more often. But they had much better rewards. Now that situation changes as well, because now you have extra incentive in order to go and complete Act 6 in its entirety, in order to have access to all of these improved items and kind of be able to gain the top tier rewards and all that good stuff. So yeah, overall, the biggest point of critique, and this is very typical of Kabam, I don't really recall a single announcement of anything that Kabam has made. Maybe, no, don't think so, where I don't have kind of like a huge thing to point out. Overall, again, I am all for it. This was an unexpected surprise. I am happy that they are doing it, because I think that will let them better moderate their own game and target content offers and things like that to people more specifically and more accurately. But again, that 6-star rank 3 requirement currently, I am definitely not for it. I think it's unnecessary hurdle. We have never had such a requirement in game before when it comes to progression titles, and it will without a doubt piss off a lot of people, make a lot of people do subpar rank ups just so they have access to everything that's listed here if Kabam do their stuff right, if they are worth accessing, and if it is a significant improvement. And that is definitely a not pro player move. Overall, this is good, in my opinion. Overall, this is exactly what Kabam needed in order to be able to cater to more different player groups. But that 6-star rank 3 requirement is just an absolute gobshite, which will annoy people, which will force them to rank crappy champions just so they can have access to all sorts of goodies. And yeah, I just don't think there was any need for it. But let me know what you guys think. Maybe you guys think that it's perfectly reasonable and it's about time they start doing it. Maybe they should start gating the next progression titles based on prestige or something. No, that would suck. That is a similar thing that is very kind of like specific, and it would suck. There is absolutely no question that this 6-star rank 3 requirement heavily caters towards paying players because they typically have larger 6-star rosters with many more options. And yeah, it's just meh. Why would you do it? This would be almost perfect announcement if not for that. But anyways, that is me done. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya.